Welcome and thank you for joining us here on the FCSAA Sports YouTube channel. We're here at Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium, where we have the FCSAA State and NJCAA District Baseball Tournament. Game 1 today will be between St. John's River and Chipola College. I'm Chris Valentine here with Marshall Watrous. How you doing today, Marshall?
I'm doing well, Chris. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, thank you. It's a beautiful day for baseball here, 70 degrees, slight cloud cover. Looks like we should have it should clear up as the day goes on. Both teams out, getting warmed up. We should be getting started pretty soon. Starting lineup for St. John's. At short, number 3, Nick Owens. At left, number 12, Kerry Carpenter. Right field, number 7, Justin Smith. DH, number 44, Nick Kozlowski. Second base, number 5, Michael Koenig. Third base, number 8, Josh Broughton. Center field, number 16, Scott Kobos. First base, number 17, Cole Perry. And behind the plate, number 34, Andrew Williamson. Pearson McMahon is the starting pitcher for St. John's. Starting lineup for Chipola. Second base, number 7, Jose Caballero. Center field, number 13, Edmund Americon. Third base, number 10, Andrew Bechtold. First base, number 35, Ronaldo Rivera. DH for Chipola, number 25, Max Guzman. Right field, number 18, Brody Wofford. Left field, number 3, Taquan White. Catching, number 21, Chris Clayton. Shortstop, number 5, Trey Dawson. And pitching for Chipola, number 27, Bowden Francis. Looks like we're about to get this game underway.
Coming up first to hit for the Vikings is number 3, Nick Owens, sophomore infielder from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Francis is ready. First pitch. Called strike. 0-1 to start him off.
Starting defense for Chipola from left to right in the outfield coming in is White, Americon, Walford, Bechtold, Dawson, Caballero, Rivera. Behind the plate is Clayton, and on the mound is Francis.
0-2 the count now after that second strike. And called strike 3. He's out for the first out of the game.
What a way to start the game for Francis. Strikeout, definitely boosts your confidence coming out, striking out Nick Owens for the Vikings. Now at the plate to hit is number 12, Kerry Carpenter, freshman outfielder from Eustis, Florida.
And that ball is hit to second. Easy throw for Caballero. That's out number 2. Now batting the right fielder, number 7, Justin Smith. First pitch taken inside, ball 1. Second pitch taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Evens up the count, 1-1. Beautiful day here in Lakeland, Florida. We're at the spring training home of the Detroit Tigers. Beautiful facilities. 2-1 the count. And a hot shot down the third base line. That's fair. That'll be extra bases for Smith. And he'll get into second standing up. First hit of the ball game, folks. Kozlowski comes on the DH. Man in scoring position with 2 outs.
And Chris, how about that hit by Justin Smith? Has 2 outs already for the team, and he's trying to get in there, get his team wild up, and he cranks off a double. What kind of motivation is that? How does that get your team going?
First hit of the game always gets the team going, especially when it's a hot shot down the line like that. Hard hit ball, no way that Bechtold was able to. He had no chance to get that. Now Kozlowski out, up. 0-1 the count. Trying to get the first run of the game on the board. He takes that low for ball 1. And that one fouled back off the mask of the catcher. One and 2 the count to Kozlowski. And he lines that down the right field line. That'll be extra bases as well. That'll bring in the run. Smith comes in to score. And Kozlowski is in to second, standing up as well. Back-to-back doubles for St. John's. And they break this game open 1-0 here in the top of the first.
And this St. John's River State College team is fired up after bringing home that run.
It's always good when you can start off the game getting a run on the board in the first inning. Always puts the pressure on your opposing team to get that offense going.
Definitely. And a great hit by Kozlowski. Way to get a double, get that ball in that right open field where the open spots are, and get a man home.
Koenig at bat now. Takes the first pitch outside for a strike. Taken off the plate, ball 1, evens the count. Ball 2 taken high. The wind is blowing from left to right. Might provide some carry. Maybe hit it to the right field. And there's the drive to center. That's in. Kozlowski held up. He should have kept running with 2 outs. Should run on anything there, but he held up. And he was forced to stop at third. So 3 base hits in a row for St. John's.
And a great single by Koenig. Runners at first and third for the St. John's River State College Vikings. Number 8, Josh Broughton, up to bat for the Vikings.
First pitch coming to Broughton. Taken down in the dirt. 1-0. Looking back at his coach for the signs. Digs in. He's ready. Swing and a miss. That's the first strike of the at-bat. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. 1-2 men on first and third. Broughton's got to protect the plate. Swinging anything close. And he makes contact over to third. Hard play. And he was off the bag. Good split by Rivera. But his foot came off the bag, and that's going to be an infield hit, and that'll score another run for St. John's. 2-0 here in this first inning. Runners on first and second now.
You know, Chris, you really got to give it to Rivera on his effort on that last one, extending out and actually doing the splits to try and get that out at first base. However, he couldn't make it, but great effort.
That was a very great effort by Ronaldo Rivera, first baseman for Chipola. He was arguing that his foot was still on the bag, but the ump saw otherwise. Either way, 2-0 for St. John's. Called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to start off against Cobos.
Cobos, the left-handed hitter, is listed at 6'2", 175 from Charlotte, North Carolina.
And he takes that outside. 1-1. A lot of MLB and four-year college scouts here in attendance today, looking for their next superstar on campus or in the clubhouse. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. Men on first and second. Cobos trying to keep this two-out rally going for St. John's. They've had 4 straight hits. And he takes that ball in the dirt outside. 2-2 the count with 2 outs. And strike 3 called on the outside part of the plate. That'll end the inning for St. John's. They got 2 runs on 4 hits. 2 men left on base. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the first inning where Chipola will try to get back a couple of those runs. I'm Chris Valentine with Marshall Watchers for FCSAA. We'll be right back. We're back here to start the bottom half of the first inning. St. John's jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Chipola looking to take back some of those runs. Second baseman Jose Caballero leading off for the Indians. Takes the first pitch for a strike. And there's a fly ball out into shallow center, shallow right. And the second baseman makes the catch. That was Michael Koenig for St. John's.
That was a great catch by Koenig. The defense for St. John's includes, from the left to right in the outfields, Carpenter, Cobo, Smith. Coming inside is Broughton, Owens, Koenig, Perry. Behind the plate is Williamson, and on the mound is McMahon.
Looking to lay down the bunt, Edmund Americon. I was looking at the wrong lineup. Center fielder. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Looking to lay down another bunt, and he takes that pitch for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Swing and a miss. Good cut by Americon. No contact. 95-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. Unable to catch up to it. 1-2. And that one hits him square in the back. First base runner for Chipola. Third baseman Andrew Bechtold now on the bat for Chipola.
Bechtold, a transfer from University of Maryland.
And he went on that pitch. Strike one. Couldn't hold up on the check. Pickoff move. No tag. McMahon trying to keep Americon close to first. He's got a good-sized lead. And there's a liner into right field, and diving catch made by Smith. Good catch. Able to keep the runner on at first. That's the second out of the inning.
That was a great catch by Justin Smith on the outfield. For being 6'2", 235, Justin Smith could sure move diving for that ball.
Yeah, he showed great speed to start off his run and made the full effort to make that diving catch. Ronaldo Rivera up, first baseman for Chipola. Runner on 2 outs. Takes ball 1 outside.
Rivera stands at 6'6", weighing in at 250.
Impressive for a guy who was able to do the splits in the last inning. Takes the ball on the outside part of the plate for strike one. 1-1 the count. And he held up on that check. Pitch was just outside of the zone. Rivera, good job holding up on that swing. 2-1 the count to Rivera. Good cut. Nothing doing. Evens the count at 2-2. And cut. Swung out and missed. That is strike 3. Strikeout for McMahon to end the inning. Chipola had one hit. Actually, hit by pitch. No hits, no errors, one man left on base. We'll be right back at the top half of the second inning. Back here in the top half of the second inning, first baseman Cole Perry leading off for St. John's. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball. And that ball inside just misses Perry. 2-0 the count. Perry takes that one in the zone, 2-1.
St. John's River State College had a great first inning hitting-wise. What do they need to do to keep that momentum going, Chris?
Well, there's a drive deep to left field. It looks like it's going to be foul, and it is. That was, it was foul, but it was a far one. That cleared the fence by a good 20 feet or so. If he was able to hold up on that for just a hair.
Cole Perry, the Jacksonville native, bringing the strength out.
And he takes that pitch for a strike, and that'll end him. 1 out now. The catcher, Andrew Williamson, up to bat. And he hits that one back and to the right. Foul ball for strike 1. Cut out and missed. Strike 2. Williamson in the hole, 0-2. And a quick 1-2-3 at bat. 2 strikeouts for this inning. 2 strikeouts in this inning for Bowden Francis. Nick Owens back at bat. Takes that first pitch for a strike. He struck out looking in his first at bat. That pitch high and tight, 1-1. And it's checked on that swing by Nick Owens, and he gets the call, 2-1, the count. Bowden Francis likes to make quick work. Doesn't like to take too much of a rest. That ball flied out to center. American on the out. And that'll end the inning, 1-2-3. No walks, no hits, no men left on base. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the second. Back here at the bottom of the second, Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium here in Lakeland, Florida, home of the Detroit Tigers during spring training. Leading off for Chipola, the DH, number 25, Max Guzman. Takes that first pitch up for a ball. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Big cut by Guzman. He was swinging for the American flag over there, out in left center. That ball outside for a ball. McMahon made quick work of Chipola in the bottom half of the first. Only allowed one base runner, and that was on a hit by a pitch. Outside ball 3. Hitters count for Guzman. And a foul tip back at the netting. Brings us to a full count, 3-2.
So, Chris, you're at a full count right now. What kind of advice would you give to a player at the bat?
Don't swing at anything that's outside of the zone, but swing close. Make sure you stay close. Just like that. Taking that ball out and up. That'll be a walk for Guzman.
There you go, and they do just that. Get 4 balls, and we got a runner on first. Chipola College finished as the Panhandle Conference champions. They're one of 3 teams here from the Panhandle Conference. And St. John's River State College finished as a Mid-Florida Conference runners-up.
Right fielder Brody Wofford at bat for Chipola. He's got a man on first. No outs. Takes that first pitch for a ball. And that one is in there. Called strike. Evens up the count at 1-1. And that ball way outside. 2-1. That ball fouled back. 2-2. Wofford has to swing at anything close.
Wofford, a transfer from Louisiana State University. He stands 6'2", weighing in at 210 from Rome, Georgia.
Good old LSU. And he swings, hits that ball to first. Double play opportunity. Unable to finish on the second half. But they get Guzman, the lead runner, out at second. That was Cole Perry trying to turn the double play. Able to get the lead runner. Wofford on by a fielder's choice. Taquan White comes on for the first time in this game. One out, man on first. Takes that first pitch down for a ball.
A lot of college scouts here recruiting, trying to get a couple players to potentially come out early. Jose Batista, he is a graduate of Chipola College, so he's got some alumni in the game here.
That ball fouled back. 1-1. And you mentioned Jose Batista, one of those players who went the JUCO route. It's becoming a more and more popular route as JUCO baseball gets more and more popular. That ball fouled back. 1-2.
Especially in the state of Florida, JUCO baseball is really becoming a way for people to get a lot of exposure and looks to go to that next level.
And it gives players an opportunity to not have to pick a 4-year college right away. You can just go to a local community college, local JUCO college, stay there for 2 years, and then transfer out. Gives you a little bit more time to develop your game. And swung on and missed. Strike 3 to Taquan White. Second out of the inning. Second strikeout for Pearson McMahon. Chris Clayton now up at bat for Chipola.
Chris Clayton, another one of the transfers on this Chipola team. He is a transfer from College of Charleston, and he is from Falls Church, Virginia.
Swings to the first, and it passes by Williamson. And Wofford will go to second. No throw. Oh, and 1 the count to Clayton. Man on second now. Has a runner in scoring position. And he grounds it to short. And a good throw made by Owens, and that'll end the inning. Nothing doing for Chipola in the offensive half of that inning. For FCSAA Sports, I'm Chris Valentine. We'll be right back in the top half of the third.
Hello and welcome back to the FCSAA State and National Junior College District Baseball Tournament here at Joker Merchant Stadium in Lakeland, Florida, where we have the Chipola College Indians in the gold going against the St. John's River State College Vikings in the blue. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in here on Cinco de Mayo. So we have the St. John's River State College Indians up to bat first. And we get an out right away. That was number 12, Kerry Carpenter, who hit that line drive. Nice job by Dawson to get it over to first base. Over the 6'6" big man, Ronaldo Rivera, to get him out at first base. We've got one out here in the top of the third.
Tristan Smith batting for St. John's. Takes that first pitch low for a ball. Second one in there. 1-1. That ball low as well. 2-1.
If you were with us earlier, Justin Smith was that right fielder who made that great diving effort to catch that ball coming in the outfield.
That was a wonderful catch. Back in the first inning. 3-1 now. To Smith. And he draws the walk. Free base for him. Now St. John's has a runner on first with one out. Designated hitter Nick Kozlowski on the bat for St. John's.
Kozlowski had that great double in the first inning to get his player home earlier.
That ball hit hard, and that ball is fair. Looks like another extra base hit for Kozlowski, and he'll get in. Runners on second and third. Justin Smith made it from first to third. And Kozlowski, back-to-back doubles in at bats. For him, he's 2 for 2. Michael Koenig singled to center in his first at bat. Time called.
As the two teams talk it over, St. John's River State College head coach and athletic director Ross Jones is giving a little bit of advice to Michael Koenig, who's up to bat now for the Vikings. He's got a fresh count out there, 0-0.
We got 2 runners in scoring position. Good opportunities for St. John's as Koenig cuts and misses. 0-1. That ball outside, good block by Clayton. preventing that ball from going all the way back to the backstop. And he does it again. 2-1, 2 pitchers in a row in the dirt by Francis. That ball swung, fouled off the umpire's mask. Evens up the count at 2-2.
Still with runners on 2 and 3. Michael Koenig.
And he takes that pitch on the outside corner for a strike. That'll end him, retire him. Strikes out looking with 2 runners on scoring position. Josh Broughton comes on with 2 outs. Trying to get something out of 2 runners in scoring position. Francis trying to get out of this situation. First pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Francis looks like he's about to get out of this jam. Making good work of the last batter, and now this batter, Broughton. And swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 strikeouts in a row for Francis to get out of the second and third jam. That'll end the top half of the third. We'll be right back in the bottom half. Chipola will look to get a few runs back. We're back here. Leading off for Chipola is the shortstop Trey Dawson in the 9 slot. Bottom half of the third, Chipola down 2-0.
So we get a quick break in the action as Andrew Williamson goes in the dugout. Looks like it was a Something wrong with the gear as he comes back out, ready to catch.
First pitch, high and tight. Called ball. That ball also out of the zone, 2-0. McMahon has been pitching well for St. John's. He's only allowed 2 base runners. That ball really close, really high and tight. 3-0 the count. And Dawson draws the walk on 4 pitches. Caballero will come up with a runner on first. He popped out to second in his first at bat. Strike one called to Caballero. And that evens up the count, 1-1. Both pitchers in this game like to get on the mound and keep working. They don't like to take that much time off in between pitches. Hard swing by Caballero, and it just results in a soft grounder in foul territory. 1-2.
Runner on first for Chipola. That last pitch was clocked in at 84 miles an hour.
Pickoff move. Nothing doing over at first. And he hits that back. Keeps himself alive, 1-2 still. Caballero looking to swing at anything close.
Caballero still with a 1-2 count with 0 outs.
And liner up the middle. That's in for a hit. Just out of the reach of Owens. And that's the first hit of the ball game for Chipola. Comes here in the bottom half of the third. Edmund Americon will come up for his second at-bat of the game. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning.
Talk about a great job by Caballero on that last one with a 1-2 count, not getting rattled at all and making a play out of it.
Americano looks to bunt. Takes that first pitch for a ball. He was looking to lay down a bunt in the first inning, but ended up getting hit. Corners in for St. John's. Middle infield in for a double play formation. That ball taken outside as well, 2-0. Time called by St. John's. They've got a couple players running over to the bullpen. I don't know if something looked wrong in McMahon's delivery, but he's been pitching really well today. Looked like maybe an emergency bullpen crew sent out. Hope everything's good.
Overall, great play for the St. John's River State College Vikings. They come in as a 6th seed going against Chipola College, who's ranked in here at a 1 seed. And being up 2-0, I definitely think they've been playing great. But Ross Jones, the head coach for St. John's River State College, must be something different than a new pitcher to the bullpen.
I didn't notice anything that would impede McMahon's ability to pitch. And it looks like he's going to stay in for the time being. Just something to look out for. And they do have a player, St. John's does, warming up in the bullpen right now.
That's Edmund Americon up to bat with a 2-0 count right now.
That ball in for a strike, 2-1.
Runners on first and second for Chipola with 0 outs here at the bottom of the third.
And squared on. Bunts that ball up. Fouls it back. 2-2. That will likely end Americon's attempt at bunting. And I was wrong, and he bunts himself out. Fouled that ball back, and he's going to be out. Third baseman Andrew Bechtold on to hit, 1 out, men on first and second. Bechtold, he is the batter that got robbed for a base hit by Justin Smith on that diving play in right.
That first pitch was called a ball. Count 1-0.
And he fouls that ball back into the netting. 1-1. And that ball high, popped up, shallow center. And Owens is there to make the catch. Second out of the inning. The big first baseman, Ronaldo Rivera, up to bat. And he swings at that first pitch, 0-1. Rivera was born in Puerto Rico and made his way to Chipola. And he takes that pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 0-2 the count now. He struck out swinging in his first at bat.
Both teams playing great here so far. No home runs yet today, which is surprising with two teams with such big sluggers on their team. Scores 2-0. St. John's River State College leads over Chipola College.
A pitch taken outside for a ball. 1-2. That ball fouled back up and over the roof. That landed somewhere on the parking lot. That ball taken low, evens up the count 2-2. Two into the count, 2 outs, 2 men on for Rivera. He's trying to put Chipola on the board. And he takes that pitch outside, just outside. Full count, 3-2.
And a great job by Rivera with a great eye. Started off 0-2, evens the count out, or full count now, 3-2.
And swing and a miss. McMahon takes care of Rivera. Keeps Chipola off the board. McMahon pitching really well. That'll end the bottom half of the third. I'm Chris Valentine alongside Marshall Watrous here for the FCSAA Sports YouTube channel. We'll be right back at the top half of the fourth inning. We're back here in the top half of the fourth inning. New pitcher for Chipola. Number 11, Riley Cabral, comes on in relief of Bowden Francis. Leading off, the center fielder for St. John, Scott Kobos. Takes that first pitch in for a strike. Second pitch in there as well, 0-2. Cabral wasting no time. And that ball outside, 1-2. St. John's up 2-0. That ball taken outside, evens up the count 2-2.
And Cabral really not taking much time at all in between these pitches. He's just letting them fly one after the other.
Kind of like Francis and McMahon, to be fair. Every pitcher in this game likes to keep the game moving.
I'd have to agree. This count started at 0-2, now it's 3-2, and in a matter of honestly less than 90 seconds.
And strike three called. Kobos thought he drew the walk. Tossed his bat looking to run to first, and he'll be running back to the dugout. First baseman Cole Perry takes that first pitch outside, 1-0. 2-0. Second pitch outside as well. That one inside. Inside the zone. 2-1. And that ball taken in the dirt. 3-1. Cabral behind Perry in the count. And strike two on that cut by Perry. Full count here. Second straight full count for Cabral here. And he fouls that one back. Keeping himself alive is Cole Perry. Fouls that one back as well. Over the roof. Somewhere in the parking lot.
Cole Perry making some great contact on these last two pitches, however, just can't get him down the middle.
And he grounds to short. And a good throw made by Dawson. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Andrew Williamson, the catcher, comes up to bat. First pitch fouled back. That one off the roof and back down into the stands. Swung on and missed on the second pitch, 0-2. And strike three, 1-2-3 for Cabral. And he gets out of that inning pretty quick. No runs, no hits, no men left on base. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the fourth inning. St. John's leads 2-0. We're back here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Pearson McMahon still on for St. John's, so whatever issue he had in the previous inning has resolved itself. And a fly ball to right by Max Guzman. Caught by Smith. That'll be the first out of the inning. Right fielder Brody Wofford, I apologize. On to hit. Swung on and missed. Big cut by Wofford. 0-1 the count. That ball taken low for a ball. 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2. That ball taken in. 2-2. That ball fouled on the third base side. Still 2-2. And that ball really high. Good job by Williamson. Able to get up there and grab that. 3-2 full count. And ball 4. Wofford draws the walk. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Was unable to get to its target. Left fielder Taquan White on. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat in the second inning. Comes on with 1 out and 1 man on first. Takes that pitch for a strike. 0-1. The catcher, Chris Clayton, on deck. Strike 2 called. Right down the heart of the plate.
We've had no scoring in this ballgame since the top of the first when St. John's River State College got 2 runs there. Since then, it's been a great defensive play by both teams.
Good pitching ever since that first inning. And you know what they say about aces, you got to get to them early. That might just be the difference in this ball game come the end of 9. That ball taken outside, 1-2. And there's a drive to deep center. On to make the catch to Cobos. White is retired. That's the second out of the inning.
And great contact by White, just not enough power behind that one as he came up well short there at the center field. Still with a runner on first. We've got 2 outs here for Chipola College.
Chris Clayton up at bat, the catcher. He grounded out to shortstop in his first at bat. Pickoff move by McMahon, nothing doing. Swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. And no pitch, as Clayton was granted time by the umpire. That ball taken high. 2-1. The sun has come out. Still a little bit of cloud cover. All that makes for a beautiful day of baseball.
We've got a correction. The count is 1-1. The umpire granted the batter some time earlier.
That ball taken outside, 2-1. Strike two called, evens up the count, 2-2. And the runner stealing. Throw by Williamson is over the head of Koenig. It'll go into center field, backed up by Kobos. It's a successful steal for Wofford. Counts 3-2.
And a great call on stealing that base. Just a poor throw, getting to second base, just goes right over the head.
Even if that throw was on target, he wasn't in time. That was a great lead and a great first step, first good jump by Wofford. Williamson had almost no chance at that, especially with the high pitch. And swung on and miss. Clayton strikes out to end the inning. Got no runs, no hits. One man left on base for Chipola. And McMahon has continued to pitch well, keeping St. John's at a 2-0 lead. We'll be right back at the top half of the fifth inning. I'm Chris Valentine alongside Marshall Watrous for FCSAA Sports YouTube channel. back here in the top of the fifth. Nick Owens leading off for St. John's. St. John's up 2-0. They have 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, as opposed to Chipola's no runs, 1 hit, 1 error. 0-2 the count to Nick Owens. Riley Cabral still on for Chipola. That ball taken high, evens up the count 2-2. And there's a soft grounder to third, and no throw to be made by Bechtold. That's an infield hit for Nick Owens. Left fielder Kerry Carpenter will come up to bat for St. John's with a runner on first, no outs.
Great job by Nick Owens getting on first base.
It's always good when you can get the leadoff man on base. Pumps up the rest of your lineup. Carpenter looking to lay down the bunt. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Chris Clayton goes to the mound to talk to his pitcher. Probably going over the signs one more time. Squares up again, and that ball outside. 2-0.
Cabral coming in doing a great job so far. No one from the St. John's River State College has scored off of him. However, St. John's River State College still leads 2-0. They got those 2 runs in the top of the first.
Nick Owens attempting a steal, but that ball fouled off. Old-fashioned hit and run looking to be employed. Lays down the bunt again, and foul ball. Bunts that foul. 2-2, evens up. St. John's looking to get that runner in scoring position. And he lays down the bunt again. And a strike called on the outside corner. It looked a little bit too far outside for me, but I'm not the umpire. That's the first out of the inning for St. John's. Justin Smith, the right fielder, will come on, trying to get the runner home.
Smith again made a huge play last inning with that far ball into right field.
Takes the first pitch for a strike. Smith has doubled and walked in his previous 2 at-bats, scoring 1 run. Pick-off move, but nothing doing.
Both pitchers have been unsuccessful so far trying to pick off a runner at first today. Justin Smith with an 0-1 count. He swings on that one and a miss. So 2 strikes now for the sophomore outfielder.
That was a big cut by Justin Smith. 0-2 the count. 1 out, man on first. And that ball way high. 1-2 the count. Another move over to first. Nick Owens in.
Owens is really baiting Cabral, getting a little bit far out from first base, but Cabral's been unsuccessful trying to pick him off so far.
Good size lead right now by Owens. Swung on and miss. Strike 3. Justin Smith is out on strikes. Second strikeout in a row for Cabral. That's 2 outs, and Nick Kozlowski will come up. He doubled in a run and singled in his previous 2 at-bats. Takes that first pitch outside for a ball. Takes that pitch on the outside corner. That's called a strike. 1-1. Outfield playing deep. They know that Kozlowski has a lot of power. Another move over to first. And a bad throw by Rivera. Back over to the pitcher, but backed up by Bechtold. Owens hasn't made a move. But Cabral is keeping an eye on him. Big swing by Kozlowski. Caught nothing but air. 1-2 the count now. 2 outs. That ball way outside. 2-2 evens up the count. And that ball catches the outside corner, and Cabral strikes out the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base for St. John's in the top half of the 5th. I'm Chris Valentine alongside Marshall Watrous for FCSAA. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the 5th.
Welcome back to the FCSAA State and National Junior College District Baseball Tournament. We've got the Chipola College Indians in the gold, facing off against the St. John's River State College Vikings in the blue. St. John's River State College leads 2-0. Up the bat is number 5, Trey Dawson, one of the 2 LSU transfers for this Chipola College Indians team. Got a 1-1 count right now. Make that a 2-1 count as that last pitch was called a ball. And so far, not much has been happening. Chris, what do you think so far about this ball game?
Well, it started off pretty hot in the first inning with St. John's jumping out to a 2-run lead. But it's been a pitcher's duel ever since. Both Bowden Francis and Riley Cabral have worked pretty well for Chipola. And Pearson McMahon is pitching a gem so far. He's only allowed 1 hit. Really looking forward to how these pitchers go up against each other later on in the game.
For those of you just now joining us, this is Chris Valentine alongside Marshall Watrous.
And a base hit out into right field. That's Trey Dawson getting a hit for Chipola, only their second hit of the game. That'll put a man on first. Jose Caballero will come up with a man on and no outs. First pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike. Caballero down 0-1 to start off his at-bat. That ball fouled back into the netting. 0-2 to Caballero. That ball taken high. 1-2. Some action in the bullpen for St. John's. McMahon did have that issue in the third inning, but it seems to have worked itself out. Maybe they'll take him out early to be cautious. That ball popped up way high in the infield. Catch made by Michael Koenig. First out of the inning.
Your next batter is the center fielder, number 15, Edmund Americano.
Center fielder Edmund Americano up to bat for Chipola. He was hit by a pitch and then he struck out in his previous 2 at-bats. A pitch taken outside for a ball.
And make sure you all don't go anywhere today as we have a day full of baseball. This game got started a little bit late. It was slated to start at 10 o'clock. However, didn't get started until 10:30 due to a weather delay. Following this game, we've got Tallahassee going against State College of Florida at 1 p.m. Be sure to tune in for Game 2. Following that, we've got Game 3, Eastern Florida State versus Northwest Florida State at 4 p.m. and then Polk State versus Palm Beach State at 7 p.m. for our final game of the day.
And it looks like this game won't end about on time, so I'm sure that we won't get done here until about 1:15, 1:30-ish. And an infield hit on that diving play by Broughton. That was Americon getting his first hit of the game. bringing the runner over to second, Trey Dawson. He was stealing on that pitch. Andrew Bechtold now batting for Chipola. He comes on with 1 out, 2 men on, first and second. Like I was saying, we are only halfway through this game, an hour and a half in, so I'm sure this game should end at about 1:15, 1:30-ish. That's weird for a pitcher's duel. Usually pitcher's duels end pretty quick. But this one is carried on. First pitch fouled into the netting. 0-1 the count. Bechtold is 0 for 2 in this game, flying out to right field and popping out to shortstop. That ball taken low, evens up the count, 1-1.
In the 1 o'clock game with Tallahassee versus State College of Florida, Tallahassee got in as a wild card, which really shows you how great the Panhandle Conference really is, sending Chipola College, Northwest Florida State College, and Tallahassee all here to the state tournament.
It was a good year for the Panhandle Conference as that pitch is fouled back, 1-2.
This first round of games are going to carry over until tomorrow, as the winner of the Tallahassee and State College of Florida game will play the winner of Miami-Dade. And then the Game 3 winner, which is Eastern Florida State versus Northwest Florida State, will play the winner of Santa Fe. Santa Fe last year won the whole thing here, the National Junior College State Tournament.
And that ball taken for a strike. Second out of the inning. Ronaldo Rivera will come on to bat for Chipola. Comes on with 2 outs, men on first and second. And Marshall, you talked about Santa Fe. They won the entire state tournament last year, and they placed top 4 in nationals. Impressive year for Santa Fe.
Santa Fe does have a really good team, as well as a really great left-handed pitcher, Colt Mink. They're slated to play tomorrow at 1 p.m. against the winner of Eastern Florida State and Northwest Florida State.
That ball fouled back, third base side. 0-2 the count now. Strike 3 called. That'll end the inning for Chipola. 2 men left on base. Good pitching by Pearson McMahon. We'll be right back in the top half of the 6th inning. St. John's looks to extend their lead. They lead 2-0. We'll be right back. We're back here in the top half of the sixth. Leading off for St. John's, the second baseman, Michael Koenig, and he drives that ball into deep left field. And there to make the catch is White. Quick first out for St. John's. Josh Broughton, the third baseman, on to bat. That ball taken outside. 1-0. That pitch taken inside for a ball. I'm sorry, for a strike. 1-1 the count. One and two now. Two pitches taken for Josh Broughton. That ball outside gets away from Clayton. I'll even up the count 2-2. And there's a deep ball. Actually, catch is not made. Catch is not made by Dawson. Good diving effort. Looked like he had it for a second. Went off the tip of his glove.
Looked like a little bit of a miscommunication in the outfield there. A great effort, diving effort. However, I think the left fielder, if he would have called that ball in, he would have easily caught that one.
That ball was deceiving off of the bat. It looked like it was a very deep shot, but it ended up catching a lot of air, and that held it up. Looked like he got caught in the wind blowing from left to right.
Regardless, a great hit by number 8, Josh Broughton.
First pitch taken for a strike. 0-1 the count to Scott Kobos. One man on first, one out. That pitch taken inside for a ball. And a move over to first, but nothing doing. Riley Cabral still pitching for Chipola. And there's a grounder over to first. Double play. Tag has to be made, and it is. Good double play by Ronaldo Rivera. Able to get it over to Dawson, who made the tag. Excellent defensive play by Chipola. That'll end the inning for St. John's. I'm Chris Valentine alongside Marshall Watrous. You're watching the FCSAA State Baseball JUCO Tournament here at Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium in Lakeland, Florida. Spring training home of the Detroit Tigers. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the sixth. We're back here in the bottom half of the sixth. Designated hitter Max Guzman leading off for Chipola. Chipola down 2-0. They haven't been able to create any offense. Much at all, actually. Only 3 hits on the day. Swung on and missed. That's 0-2 the count by Guzman. Pearson McMahon still in for St. John's. St. John's has had action in the bullpen for the last inning or so. So we'll look to see when they decide to go to the bullpen. One and two the count. And swung on and missed. Strike 3. It's another strikeout for McMahon. McMahon has 8 strikeouts on the day through less than 6 innings of work. He's pitched really well for St. John's today. First pitch taken inside for a ball. That's Brody Wofford back up. He's singled and walked in his previous 2 at-bats. That pitch taken in as well. 2-0. Swung on a miss, 2-1. Taken in on the inside corner of the plate, 2-2. McMahon is to Wofford. And strike 3. Swinging was Wofford. 9 strikeouts on the day for McMahon. And it does look like McMahon is bothered by something right now. Maybe now's the time that they go to the bullpen. Looks like he's holding on to his left arm. He's a right-handed pitcher, so if it's not too serious, maybe it's something he could play through. As it does look like he is holding that left arm. If not, they'll have to wrap up in the bullpen, bring another guy out. It'd be a shame if McMahon has to come out because he's pitched extremely well for St. John's. He's given up 3 hits, recorded 9 strikeouts, no runs. And he's staying in. He's staying in for the time being, but it looks as though this might be the last that we see of McMahon for the game. He'll be granted a couple warm-up pitches. Gives the thumbs up to the umpire, and he feels good. Left fielder Taquan White comes up to bat for Chipola. He's grounded up to short and struck out. He takes that first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Holds up on that swing. Takes the first pitch, takes the second pitch. High for a ball. That pitch taken for a ball as well. 2-1. That one also taken for a ball. 3-1. 3 straight balls for McMahon. That one fouled off, fouled back. 3-2 full count.
That's Taekwon White at bat, who hadn't had much luck yet today. But how about McMahon staying in after something bothering his arm?
Drive into center field. In to make the catch is Kobos. And that will end the inning for Chipola. After 6, St. John's leads 2-0. We'll be right back in the top half of the 7th. You're watching FCSAA Sports on YouTube. I'm Chris Valentine alongside Marshall Watchers. We'll be right back in the top half of the 7th. We're back here in the top half of the 7th. Riley Cabral back in to pitch for Chipola. Cole Perry, the first baseman, batting. And he drives that deep into left center field. And in to make the catch is American. First out of the inning. Andrew Williamson comes up to bat with 1 out. Takes that pitch for a strike. 0-1. Swung on a miss, 0-2. Quickly finds himself in an 0-2 hole. That ball outside. 1-2. Williamson has struck out twice today. And a third time. 2 outs for St. John's. Leadoff hitter Nick Owens, the shortstop, will bat for St. John's.
Nick Owens' last inning was that runner who got on to first base, who couldn't seem to get off. Cabral tried tapping him out a couple times, but couldn't reach him.
Strike one called down the middle. Owens has struck out looking flat out to center, and he beat out an infield hit.
So, Chris, obviously Chipola College, number 1 seed. They're a favorite in this tournament, as well as a few others. Santa Fe College. We mentioned Santa Fe's, a couple of their pitchers. Tell me a little bit about their pitcher for Santa Fe.
Colt Mink, the lefty from Santa Fe. He's a product of Palm Harbor University. Very good pitcher as Nick Owens flies out to right. That'll end the inning. No runs, no hits, no one left on base. 1, 2, 3, go the Vikings. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the 7th. St. John's leads 2-0. We're back here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Leading off for Chipola, number 21, the catcher, Chris Clayton. And Pearson McMahon is still in, pitching for St. John's. After 2 times they've had to call time to look at him for a possible injury, he's still working. First pitch taken for a ball. That ball low, 2-0. That one finds the zone, 2-1. And that one is high. 3-1 the count. And that one finds the zone. Full count, 3-2. Clayton thought he drew a walk, but he's got to go back to the plate. McMahon has 9 strikeouts through 6 innings. He's pitched really well today. No runs given up. And only 3 hits. And that ball just outside. Taken for a ball. Chris Clayton will draw his walk.
Brings up the shortstop, number 5, Trey Dawson.
Trey Dawson comes on to bat. He's walked and he's gotten a hit. One of only 3 hits off of McMahon. First pitch taken for a strike. 0-1 the count. Second pitch inside for a strike. 0-2 to Trey Dawson. And strike 3 called. First out of the inning. Trey Dawson goes down looking. That's the 10th strikeout for McMahon in this game. And he's only gone 6 1/3. Second baseman Jose Caballero up to bat. Swung on and missed on the first pitch. He's 1 for 3 today. He fouls that pitch back. Back over the roof. That one landed in the parking lot as well. That's the third or fourth one today that has gone over the roof here at Joker Marchant Stadium. 0-2 the count to Caballero. And he pops that one way high. Looks like it's going to go out of play, and it does. Still 0-2. And blocked by Williamson. That pitch was in the dirt. Good job by Williamson making sure that the runner doesn't go to second on a pass ball. 1-2 the count. And that pitch taken just outside. Evens up the count at 2-2. That's a very close pitch. That pitch taken outside as well. Caballero has worked this to a full count after being down 0-2. And McMahon steps off the rubber. The Chipola dugout trying to be as loud as possible, getting ahead of McMahon. And hasn't really worked so far today. And that ball low. That'll bring runners at first and second. Center fielder Edmund Americon will bat. And it looks like that's the last that we will see of Pearson McMahon. And it is. They'll bring in a reliever from the pen. Great performance by Pearson McMahon.
McMahon battling through that, what seemed to be an arm injury, just toughing it out. He's had a great day today.
And he walks off the mound to a round of applause. He's had 10 strikeouts through 6 1/3. He's responsible for both men on first and second.
New pitcher for St. John's River is number 11, Andrew Ficasio.
And that is number 11, Andrew Ficasio, coming in for McMahon. Ficasio, a sophomore pitcher, standing 5'10", 175 out of Orlando, Florida. He's a Dr. Phillips High School alum. So far, Ross Jones and his St. John's River State College Vikings are ahead 2-0 right now over the Chipola College Indians, led by head coach Jeff Johnson. Chipola College Indians were the Panhandle Conference champions, and St. John's River State College were the Mid-Florida Conference runner-ups. St. John's River State College a 6 seed, Chipola a 1 seed. So far, if we get an upset today, that'd be the first one today with St. John's River State College over Chipola. However, we've got a lot of time left in this baseball game.
Now batting for Chipola is number 6, Francisco Urbaz.
Batting for Chipola College, number 6, Francisco Urbaez. Urbaez, a freshman infielder from the Dominican Republic.
Urbaya is pinch hitting for Edmond American. That'll end American's day.
That last pitch was called a strike, hitting off Urbaez's bat, going towards Chipola's dugout.
That pitch taken for a ball. 2-1 the count. Ficasio trying to get out of this late inning situation. Trying to preserve the lead for St. John's as Urbaez swings and misses at that pitch. 2-2. And there's a grounder over to short. And they get the lead runner at third. That was Nick Owens with a diving play at short. And he's able to get the lead runner. 2 outs now.
And a great job by Owens, diving for that ball, really laying out for it and getting it over to Broughton to get a runner out at third.
Great baseball IQ by Nick Owens. Knowing that you want to get the lead runner in that situation, knowing that was his only throw, really. Andrew Bechtold now up for Chipola.
So the Indians are right back to where they started. Got a runner on first and a runner on second. Weren't successful on getting that runner on third.
And Vicasio is only 1 out away from getting out of this situation. That would keep McMahon in line for the win. That pitch taken up, 2-0. That ball is fouled back. First strike of the at-bat for Bechtold.
Bechtold, we mentioned earlier, one of the many transfers to this Chipola College team. He is a transfer from University of Maryland.
He's 0 for 3 today. He's got a fly out, pop out, and a strikeout looking. And there is a fly ball into right. That's deep. And that is gone. That is a 3-run shot, and Chipola has taken a 3-2 lead. Andrew Vicasio comes on to try to get out of this 2 men on first and second situation. And he gives up a 3-run shot. And there goes St. John's lead.
And a phenomenal job by Bechtold. I mean, coming on, getting the first homer of the day, getting 2 extra men home, getting the lead right there at 3-2. That's a really way to get your dugout fired up. And you can tell Chipola, when they ran out on that field after they saw they got that homer, they're fired up. So Ronaldo Rivera's up to bat now. The lefty trying to do the same thing. He tips that last pitch. That last pitch was called a ball. Count is 1-1.
And you hate to say it, but all of that work that Pearson McMahon put in through the first 6 and a third innings is now pretty much gone to waste, as the gem that he's pitched, St. John's now finds themselves down 3-2. Three and 1 the count to Ronaldo Rivera. And that was a late call, but called a strike by the umpire. Rivera was about halfway down the first base line. He thought it was a walk. He'll have to go back. And swung on and missed. Strike 3. That is the golden sombrero for Ronaldo Rivera. That's his 4th strikeout of the day. 3 swinging, 1 looking. That's the end of the 7th inning. Chipola now leads 3-2. We'll be right back in the top half of the 8th with St. John's looking to make a comeback. We're back here in the top half of the 8th inning. Leading off for St. John's is number 12, the left fielder, Kerry Carpenter. Takes the first pitch for a strike. St. John's has led the entire game up until the last half inning, where Andrew Bechtold hit a 3-run shot to put Chipola up by 1. St. John's now finds themselves down for the first time in this game. Strike 2 called, 1-2. Kerry Carpenter down in the count, 1-2. And swung on a miss, but on the ground. And Chris Clayton will throw down to first to complete the strikeout. Riley Cabral still in for Chipola. He came in the 4th inning. In relief of Bowden Francis. First pitch inside for a ball. Justin Smith batting for St. John's. He's doubled, walked, and struck out. That ball outside. 2-0.
Good eye by Smith to tell that first ball was inside and the next outside.
That catches the zone. 2-1. And 2-2, even count now. Good job by Cabral to work this count back in his favor. 2-2, 1 out for Justin Smith. And he checks and holds up. And he works this count back to full.
So Cabral is the number 2 pitcher to come in for Chipola College. We got 2 pitchers coming in from St. John's River State College.
Check swing hit, no throw by Bechtold, no chance at that. That was a good check swing hit by Justin Smith. He's able to get that infield hit. St. John's 1 man on, and their power hitter, Nick Kozlowski, up to bat. They've 1 out in this top half of the 8th. They need to get something going pretty quick. They only have 5 more outs to get 1 run. And there's a hard hit, foul ball, hits the Hooters dugout over there on the first base line. 0-1 the count to start off to Kozlowski. And swung on and missed, 0-2. Kozlowski swinging for the Margaritaville patio. I had to get that in sometime during our broadcast.
That home run, last inning by Bechtold was pretty close to Margaritaville patio. He's not quite.
Pretty close.
Little left.
Little bit left. Almost in the bullpen. That ball low. 1-2 the count. Marshall, what do you think about these facilities here in Lakeland?
Oh, it's beautiful. This is the home to Detroit Tigers Spring Facility, and they just did a $51 million renovation on the whole area, and it can't be better. It's here in beautiful Lakeland, Florida, just a little bit away from Orlando, and it's been great here so far.
Kozlowski flies to center. Justin Smith was stealing, so he'll have to head back. Second out of the inning. And Michael Koenig will come on to hit.
Justin Smith still at first base.
They're trying to get him in scoring position. That way, with his speed, one hit to tie this ball game back up. I'd look for a steal within the next couple of pitches. He's been taking a larger and larger lead. Not so much this time. First pitch called inside corner for a strike. At this moment, if all things stand, Riley Cabral will be in line for the win for Chipola after coming on in the fourth inning. Check swing, called not a strike, called a ball. He held up. 1-1 the count. 2 outs, man on. Man on first. That pitch taken outside. 2-1.
Be sure you all don't go anywhere because following this game, we've got Tallahassee going up against State College of Florida here at 1 p.m. We'll be on the FCSAA YouTube account. Tallahassee given the wild card spot, so they're a 10 seed going against the number 7 seed, State College of Florida.
Move over to first. Nothing doing there. Justin Smith makes it back in really easy. 2-1. And there's a grounder over to short. And Dawson able to make the easy throw over to second. 3 outs. End of the top half of the 8th. We head to the bottom half of the 8th. Chipola leads 3-2. I'm Chris Valentine alongside Marshall Watchers. You're watching the FCSAA JUCO State Tournament of Baseball on the FCSAA Sports YouTube channel. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the 8th inning. We're back here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Chipola leads 3-2. Leading off for Chipola, number 25, the designated hitter Max Guzman takes the first pitch for a ball low. 1-0 the count. Andrew Vicasio back in to pitch. He gave up that 3-run shot to Andrew Bechtold. 2-0 the count now. And swung on and missed. Brings the count to 2-1. Ball taken outside, 3-1. And that pitch taken in. That's ball 4. Going to put a runner on first to lead off the inning for Chipola. Time called as Ross Jones goes to talk to his pitcher. And that'll be it for Andrew Vicasio. St. John's will go to the bullpen. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome back to Joker Merchant Stadium here in Lakeland, Florida, where we have new pitcher here for St. John's River State College, number 19, Zach Green, the sophomore right-handed pitcher from Jacksonville, Florida, fills in for Vicasio. Score is still 2-3 here. Chipola College leads. Got a runner on first.
First pitch taken outside for a ball. Brody Wofford hitting for Chipola. He'll take that pitch down and in. Ball 2-0. Vicasio responsible for the runner on first right now. There's a hard hit, foul ball. Third base side. 2-1. And he looks to lay down a bunt. But he pulls back, takes the ball 3-1. Williamson looked to try to pick off the runner at first, but was unable to get a throw off. And that pitch taken for a strike. 3-2 full count now. Wofford thought he drew the walk. Move over to first. Back in safely is Guzman. Three into the count, no outs. Runner on first for Zach Green. Looking to get out of this inning with no runs against him. Runner is stealing, Max Guzman. And the ball is high. Pitch is high. It's another walk for Chipola. Runners on first and second. No outs. Taquan White will come up. He's struck out and flown up to center twice.
No outs so far here for Chipola College.
Taquan White looks to lay down a bunt. Takes the first pitch high for a ball. Corners will be in. It's an odd situation for St. John's now. White could put down a free bunt to third if he wants to, as that pitch is taken outside for a ball. Because the third baseman, Broughton, would have to stay close because the shortstop, Nick Owens, is not in a position to cover third if there would be a play.
We've got a 2-0 count here as Jeff Johnson wants to talk it over right now with Taquan White. That gives also Ross Jones a chance to talk it over with his team.
We're back ready for action. 2-0 the count to Taquan White. No outs. Runners on first and second. Bottom half of the eighth inning looks to lay down a bunt. Takes that pitch outside corner for a strike. And swung on and missed. 2-2. Zach Green back in this count.
Still with runners on first and second. White looking to make a play happen.
Takes that pitch outside. Full count, 3-2. Third straight 3-ball count in this inning. 1 for Vicasio, 2 for Green. The command has not been there since McMahon left the game. There's a drive to left field. And no catch made. And the bases will be loaded. That was Kerry Carpenter. He had an opportunity to make that play, but it looked like he wasn't running that fast. And in result, the ball goes off his glove and straight to the ground.
From the way Carpenter was running, it looked like he thought the ball was going to go a little deeper than what it did. Started backpedaling, then had a sprint up to catch and didn't get there in time. So, great hit by Daquan White. Got bases loaded now for Chipola.
And they call that an E7 error on Kerry Carpenter. And the bases are now loaded for the catcher, Chris Clayton. He's grounded out, struck out, and walked. Takes that first pitch for a ball.
It's not looking good here for the Vikings here. 0 out still. New pitcher out there, Green.
They got the infield in. Anything to the infield, they'll be thrown to home. Try to keep this game at a 1-run. That pitch taken for a strike. 2-1 the count now. And that ball is low. 3-1. Fourth straight 3-ball count for St. John's. They've not been able to control their pitches very well at all. And that ball is popped up foul. Back over the roof. And there's a drive to right field. Caught. That's Justin Smith. He'll try to throw. And the run will score. They're going to stay on first and second. 4-2, Chipola leads. That's a sacrifice fly for Chris Clayton.
Up to bat now, number 5, Trey Dawson.
Chipola leads 4-2, 1 out. Dawson up with runners on first and second. And there's a grounder to second. Double play opportunity. Gets 1 and no good on 2. That gets past Cole Perry. And the runner from second will come around and score. 5-2 now for Chipola. They got the lead runner, but an error. An error on Nick Owens. And the run will score.
Jose Caballero up to bat. Runner on first for Chipola with 2 outs. Fresh count. Now we got 1-0, 1-0 count. Excuse me, 0-1.
That pitch taken low. 1-1.
So, Chris, a completely turnaround from the first half of this game. What has been the difference from St. John starting 2-0 and now being down 5-2?
Well, McMahon left the ballgame. That's about it. That's pretty much it. Pearson McMahon was pitching a gem and stolen base for Trey Dawson. He's able to get into second safely. McMahon left the game, and the ace pitcher that we saw for the first 6 and a third innings was no more. They had relievers that were easy to hit against. And Chipola's offense has taken complete advantage of the situations that have come in their path.
Most definitely taking stolen bases nonstop, getting home, doing a lot more risky plays that they wouldn't be doing if McMahon was in there. So, point blank, it's really unfortunate for McMahon who started so great but had to leave due to some kind of complication with his ability to pitch.
We think, speculating, he was looked at twice for what looked to be an injury. But he was still pitching well. He was still pitching really, really well.
Full count here for Jose Caballero.
That pitch grounded over to third. And safe at third. And that'll be an infield hit. Dawson held up at in between short and third. Or in between second and third. Because it looked like Broughton would have had an opportunity to tag him out. But the ball kicked away from him. And everybody's safe. First and third, 2 outs.
I think Broughton was a little indecisive on that last one, looking like he was going to crank it over to first base, and then hesitated, and that's when Chipola made their move and got to third safely. Runners on first and third, 2 outs.
Jacob Silverstein up at bat, pinch hitting for Francisco Urbaez.
Silverstein, a sophomore from Seminole, Florida.
Chipola up 5-2. Runner goes. And a good attempt at a fake, but nothing doing. Dawson wasn't buying it. Now runners on second and third for Silverstein. Swung on a miss. 1-2. Silverstein not actually a pinch hitter. He was a defensive sub in the top half of this inning after Urbaez, an infielder, pinch hit for Edmund American. And strike 3, that'll end the inning. Chipola scores 2. And we'll head to the top half of the ninth. St. John's has some work to do. They need to score 3 in the top half of this inning if they want to stay alive. We'll be right back in the top half of the ninth inning. back here in the top of the ninth, leading off for St. John's, number 8, Josh Broughton, the third baseman, takes the first pitch inside for a ball. St. John's has a lot of work to do. They got to score 3 runs in this top half of the inning if they want to keep their hopes alive for a state tournament. That pitch in there, 2-1.
This game creeping up on 3 hours now. Definitely had plenty turn of events, starting off with St. John's being up 2-0. And then Chipola coming back and scoring 5 runs between the 7th and 8th inning.
Yeah, that offense came out of nowhere, and it all coincides with Pearson McMahon leaving the game.
It really does speak for itself. Pearson McMahon leaving in the 6th or 7th, and just complete turnaround from both teams.
Yeah, he threw six and a third, and they scored all their runs in the 7th and 8th inning. And that is a deep drive to left center for Josh Broughton. That'll be a stand-up double. Hey, if you want a late inning rally, that's how you start it. Coming up next, Scott Kobos.
Great job by Broughton, trying to get this team hyped up, get himself on second base. Veteran move by a veteran player, sophomore outfielder.
And Riley Cabral still in this game. After coming in the 4th inning, he's working on 6 innings pitched in relief. And he'll stay in. Scott Kobos bats. Runner on second, no outs. They need to score 3 here. That pitch is taken outside, 1-0. Strike 1 taken, 1-1. Coming up immediately after this game, it's Tallahassee Community College against Polk State College of Florida. And a fielder's choice. Sorry, not a fielder's choice. Scott Kobos is able to move the runner from second to third, but he sacrifices himself. Runner on third, 1 out. Cole Perry will come up to bat.
And a beautiful play by Caballero. Running over from second base, diving for that ball and getting it to first.
First pitch to Cole Perry taken on the bottom half of the zone. 0-1. That pitch fouled off. 0-2. On deck for St. John's, number 25, Jimmy Goldsmith. He would be the pinch runner for Andrew Williamson. Pinch hitter. I apologize. That pitch taken inside. 1-2.
Broughton still on third base, trying to make it home.
And swung on and missed. Strike 3. Cole Perry goes down swinging. And Chipola 1 out away from moving on. And pinch hitting for Andrew Williamson is number 25, Jimmy Goldsmith.
Pinch hitter for St. John's River State, number 25, Jimmy Goldsmith.
That pitch taken on the outside corner. Strike 1. Riley Cabral only 1 out away, now 1 strike away from working 6 innings pitched in relief and getting the win after coming in to a game down 2-0. That pitch taken outside just off the corner. 1-2.
A lot of pressure to put on the freshman Jimmy Goldsmith coming in, being that it's his first state tournament.
And strike 3, swinging. That's the ball game. Chipola moves on after starting the game off 2-0 down. They score 5 in the 7th and 8th innings, and they win this game 5-2. Getting the win is Riley Cabral. Andrew Vicasio with the loss. Stay tuned as we bring you Tallahassee Community College versus Polk State College of Florida immediately following this game. I'm Chris Valentine alongside Marshall Watrous. You are watching the FCSAA JUCO State Baseball Tournament on the FCSAA Sports YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back when the next game starts.